Afternoon. I'm Lynne Poulton. I'm the ICD Marketing Director, and I'm here with Roberto Olivardia. He's a clinical psychologist and lecturer in psychology at Harvard Medical School. And so welcome.
Thank you. It's great being here. I'm looking forward to the conference.
Yay! Yeah, so you're one of our presenters. You're going to, your topic is obsessed and distracted and impulsive. Oh my! Helping clients with ADHD and or OCD. How did you get connected with ICD?
So Ari Tuckman is a really good friend of mine, and I present at the ADHD conferences, for years, and so I knew, Ari. He first told me about ICD a while ago, and I did a webinar some years ago on ADHD and anxiety, and then he told me about the conference, and I said, oh, that would be great.
Can you just give us a little sneak peek into what you're going to be talking about?
Sure. So two of my areas of specialty are in people with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, as well as people with obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and with actually patients who have either of these or both, because 30% of people with OCD also have ADHD, and often that doesn't always get diagnosed. But one of the largest issues that a lot of these individuals struggle with are their executive functions, and particularly things around organization and prioritizing things. And that can make life very difficult when you have either one of these, conditions. If those executive functions, if you don't have the proper support or the proper strategies of learning how to work with that and manage that. And one of the more severe ends of that are individuals who have trouble with hoarding. And what we know about hoarding is that many people with hoarding issues often will have either undiagnosed or diagnosed ADHD, OCD, executive dysfunction. And that can really be a big problem if even just organizing your daily routine, your house, your space becomes very difficult. So I'm always, passionate in terms of just letting people know about what ADHD actually is and OCD is. Both of those conditions often get used in these sort of popular, like, oh, I'm so OCD, or oh, I'm so ADD because I forgot my keys, when it's obviously so much more than that. So what I'm looking forward to do is to let people know what it really is. I have ADHD myself, so I'll be sharing personal anecdotes of how it manifests with me, but also what it really is. What do we know about the brain of individuals with ADD and OCD, and then how do we take that knowledge to use practically in helping these individuals and support them?
Yeah, that's, those are the kinds of things that when we walk away from a session and we've got some real tangible strategies to give to our clients, it just makes us feel so much better.
Yes.
And this combination of OCD and ADHD, wow, like that's a lot of stuff going on. And you said 30%.
30% of people with OCD have ADHD. We don't know the percentage of people with ADHD that have OCD, mainly because studies haven't looked at it from that direction. But I treat a number of patients that have both of them. And a lot of times, one will often be undiagnosed. So I'll sometimes have people with ADHD, and then it turns out there's more going on, and it turns out they also have OCD, or vice versa. And it can be, I refer to the combination of them two as a very toxic couple in a lot of ways. They really can work in cahoots with each other against a client, against an individual. That can make it very, very difficult in lots of ways, and in ways that can really sort of have people feel very overwhelmed and very disorganized cognitively, but also just physically in their space.
Is there anything else that you would hope that we would step away with from your presentation?
I would say, just in addition to practical strategies, but I guess just a general, just a fund of knowledge really around these two things. And particularly, with something like ADHD that affects anywhere from 8 to 10% of the population, chances are you have a family member or, someone close to you that has this. And I think, again, there are a lot of myths out there. I guess I'm all about busting through those myths. And ADHD is not just an issue around academics and there are lots of my clients who are straight A students and can have ADHD. Not everyone with ADHD is going to end up in jail, like all of these sort of myths that sometimes still plague us, or the idea that ADHD is just a childhood thing, that somehow it goes away in adulthood, which is, not true. And similarly with OCD, to understand that, organizers that I've worked with who, yes, I have those OCD clients that have contamination issues and the sort of hand washing that you would typically see, but that's a fraction of the OCD patients I work with. OCD is a wide range of behaviors and obsessive thinking and compulsive behaviors that you would never see depicted in a Hollywood movie, for example.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of what I would say my mission in general with most talks that I give is really, let's bust through the myths and just fully educate so that people really have an appreciation for what it's like to have this, to really, deal with this.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us, and we can't wait to see you September 19th through the 21st in
Yes.
Orlando. And have a great rest of your day, and thanks again.
Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, great.